Que sera, sera. Whatever will be is one lesson I had to learn the hard way. Divorce and infidelity are not commonly thought of as positive or worthwhile things, but I can say that I do think of them that way now. Now, obviously, I wasn't ecstatic my 10-year relationship ended. At the time, it was very trying and painful. My husband and I had decided it was time to start our family, and a year in, we had still had no success. While dealing with the stress of that, I received a phone call from a mutual friend. He had found concrete evidence of my husband's affair. That, compiled with 3 years of mistrust and misgivings, was too much. I went to stay with my mom for a few days. When I came home, I was going to stay in our extra bedroom while we could decide how to best conclude our relationship. At that point, I was trying to plan our divorce now, too. We got in an argument a few days later, and he said, "Why don't you leave?" And a light bulb went off, and I said, "Why don't I leave?" So I packed a few things and went to stay with a friend. Came back that weekend with a pickup truck, and sorry to say, I packed 10 years into a 10x10 storage unit with room to spare. When you get married, nobody plans on divorce. Those vowed through sickness and health and good times and bad, nobody ever thinks there's going to be a threshold that they have to decide is really too much. Obviously, a lot can be said for picking the correct partner, but that's a whole nother speech. So fast forward a few years later, I became pregnant totally by surprise, when I least expected or would plan to. I gave birth to the love of my life and decided to return back to school. I never wanted to feel stuck again. My ex and his girlfriend got married and recently had a baby of their own. We all talk and even occasionally hang out now. There's no hard feelings, as not only is forgiving less stressful and less heartache, but not one of us would have had the best things in our life if things would have went as we planned. So, whether we go as far back to 1956 to when Que Sera Sera was first published, or almost 40 years later for Garth Brooks' Unanswered Prayers, the idea is still the same and will continue to be. We can't dictate our future. Some twists and turns will be on our path, no matter what we attempt to plan, and how we get there isn't always up to us either.